or family members of those bereaved by the conflict in Israel and Gaza are to hold a vigil this Sunday in central London. Let's talk to Mira Awad and also Magen Inon. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you, Kay.
What do you want our viewers to know about this weekend?
I'm sorry?
What do you want our viewers to know about this weekend?
About Sunday?
Yeah.
What I want them to know is that we are people coming together to share pain, to see each other's pain. Instead of just bunkering within our own pain and our own history, we want to learn about the other's pain and history, and mainly to just see into the future and hope that we can find a resolution for this situation to, for future generations.
Again, tell me what's happened with your family.
So on October 7th, my parents were murdered by Hamas terrorists in Tiva Sara. It's the nearest Israeli village to the border with the Gaza Strip. And we were very shocked, and we're still very sad, and we missed them. But it's also important for us to say that out of that personal pain, we as a family thought that it is very important to share our parents' legacy, which is treating other people with respect and seeing the humanity in people. It doesn't matter their religion or where their group identity. And this is why we're part of this coalition of individuals and groups meeting on Sunday, 3 p.m. Downing Street, because we want to reach across the divide and find mutual see the humanity on both sides and come together and share our grief. That's the basis of any kind of future solution.
People of Gaza have their own story of the challenges that they are facing, given what's happened over the last 50 days. How difficult is it for both sides to come together when there is so much pain?
So, first of all, I need to clarify, I do not represent the people of Gaza.
No.
I am an Israeli-Palestinian citizen. But yes, the pain did not start, unfortunately, the pain did not start on October 7th. The pain has been around, and we have had many retaliations and over retaliations from 75 years now. The people in Gaza, we all know what's happening in Gaza and the devastation that they are feeling. There's a lot of pain, a lot of human loss, innocent human loss. We are also standing for that human loss, for that tragedy, hoping that the killing will stop. In any moment, we can stop this and sit down and find resolutions. I understand the difficulty of Israelis to see a resolution when we are confronted with a group like Hamas, who believes in terroristic violence. But there is no other way for us. There is no other way forward for the region in general. If we continue with the violence, we will condemn our children and grandchildren to be living in the same kind of reality. So yes, of course, acknowledging the pain in Gaza, not only in Gaza, the West Bank, for Palestinians, for Palestinian refugees around the world. The problem is very complex. And this is why, as a Palestinian, I have a problem when it is being shallowed down into little slogans that don't really go into the complexity of the pain. But having said all that, the complexity of the pain and the majority of the pain and everything, I cannot see another way but to step forward together, only together. I have to see his pain. I have to condemn the crime that was done to his family. I have to, as a Palestinian, because I refuse to have that kind of crime tint or ruin the Palestinian cause in general. Because the Palestinian people deserve a home, deserve security, they deserve their freedom, and I refuse to accept this as an act of resistance. This is not the way that we will achieve freedom for the Palestinian people.
Yeah, maybe to add on that is that extremists on both sides benefit from one another. So yes, it's up to us who are not extremists and who are moderates to provide another voice, because that's the only way forward. And also speaking as someone who lives here in London, part of why we love the city and why I love the community I'm part of and my kids' school is that it's a very diverse community. People from all walks of life, very different from one another, but we have a very supportive community that we love. And we feel like in the past few weeks, we've lost something important in that community and tensions are really high. So we see this opportunity, again, coming on Sunday from both sides or the multiple sides of the conflict to come and be together. And I mean, there's many difficult conversations we should have, but we should have them as one community. And maybe that starts with crying with one another over, the pain that everybody is being affected by. So we are one community, and we need to resolve our differences in a peaceful way, in a way that respects human beings.
I admire Magen and his brothers and sisters, right? You have also sisters, for really keeping on with this amazing message, because you can imagine the nightmare.
I can't imagine.
I mean, you can imagine. But stepping out of a nightmare like that and still sticking with the story, I'm not bereaved in the latest escalation. I can only thank my luck for that. But we're all traumatized by everything. My father in '48 was expelled from his village, just like these people being displaced from the neighborhoods in Gaza. And now when he watches the news, I can't even imagine the trauma coming up in his body about these children and mothers, going away from their houses, not knowing when they'll come back, and all the people that they lost. But my father, with all these memories of displacement and of the humiliation and the military regime that we went through, did not teach me to hate Israelis or Jewish people. Did not teach that, even with all the pain that he went through. And I think we got it from him eventually. How to step out of a nightmare and to stay human, and to stay with empathy and solidarity with other human life. And I carry that with me all my life. And I think it's the most natural thing to do for us to come together in pain, because it is a great pain, but to plow a way forward, together.
Tell me more about your parents and what messages they gave to you as you were growing up about trying to live together.
Very similar to what Mira is saying. We were raised...
Can I just check, are you okay if we use a picture of your...
Yeah, that's fine. We were raised to see human beings as human beings. My dad, he worked in agriculture, and since he was 20-year-old, his best friend was a Bedouin truck driver, his name Khalil Zayadna. And we grew up with his kids, and that was just part of the family. We never even questioned, they're Arabs, they're Muslims. That wasn't an issue. They were just friends. And I see that in how my son is being, his classmates here is very similar. He doesn't care about, he's not forgetting about his own identity, and the background people come from are important. But it is one community, and that's the way we were raised, and the way we want to raise our kids. And my mom was a very caring grandmother and person, and she's very creative. And again, through her art and through her work with children and adults, just a very caring attitude. And it's very upsetting to see people use our tragedy in order to call for some extreme actions. And in a way, they are hijacking our pain. And that's not something my parents would have wanted. They would have wanted us to come together, speak to one another, cry with one another, hug one another, and then see, okay, how can we move on together, not by hating one another, by sharing this common humanity.
Tell me more about the vigil. It's on Sunday?
Yes, it's on Sunday, and I think it's one of the first events that religious leaders from all faiths come together and light a candle for the lost souls on all sides. We're also going. I don't know the final lineup, but we're also having some.
Hopefully, you're singing.
I am. You're talking. You're speaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's at 3 o'clock.
It's at 3 o'clock in front of
Downing
10 Downing Street. This Sunday, December 3rd.
Yeah. Maybe just to say, we feel as if many people in the city want to do something.
Yeah.
So we ask people, please come and join us for a shared call for solidarity and humanity. It is so much better than sharing another post on social media that just provides an extreme view of what is happening. Come, spend some time with us, and let's talk.
Okay. 3 o'clock Sunday, Downing Street.
Yes.
Everyone is welcome.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
indeed,
much.
Both
Thank
of
you for having us.
And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Kay.
for taking the time.